Good morning. This is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, June 22nd, 2025. Fire potential impacts for the next few days are shown here. Main impacts still continue today over eastern Utah with some gusty winds and low relative humidities in that area. These winds are lighter than what we've seen over the past few days with gusts just up to 30 to 35 miles an hour in this area. Otherwise, much cooler temperatures have filtered in behind the cold front over Idaho and much of Nevada and even western Utah as well, with some showers across the north expected today. After today, the winds die down for much of the area, and we'll see a very gradual warming trend over the next few days with some isolated storms over western Nevada, central Nevada, and then up into western Wyoming as well. So very isolated storms out there, but they would be kind of on the drier side as we head into the first part of next week. Precipitation and lightning for yesterday is shown here. Again, some showers behind that cold front over Idaho, northern Nevada, northern Utah, and up into western Wyoming, and just some very isolated thunderstorms out there as well. Recent fire activity is shown here. Still some IA yesterday over northern Utah, and a fire near Winnemucca as well. Large fire growth continued on our fires across southern Utah on the Forsyth and the France Canyon, with those continued really strong winds in that area yesterday. ERCs have been on the downward trend across the north behind the cold front, and we'll see these values continue to go down over the next couple of days as well as that cooler air filters through the entire geographic area. And then those values will kind of stabilize somewhat over the next couple of days with gradual warming and drying. Here, take a closer look at some of these PSAs, the ERC trends over northwest Nevada. Those values took a pretty significant decrease yesterday with the cooler temperatures and some precip, but the values will rebound fairly quickly over the next couple of days with the drier air mass moving back in. Over the Uinta Basin, we're seeing some near record ERCs up in that region. We'll see a slight decrease in these values tomorrow, but they'll stay pretty high through the forecast period. This morning's satellite imagery is showing that nice area of low pressure slowly making its way through the Great Basin for some cool, cloudy, and stormy weather, mainly over Idaho and portions of northern Nevada and northern Utah today, and then still those winds out ahead of that front. Okay, again this afternoon, drier air still in place over southern and southeast Utah. We do have high risk issued for a couple of PSAs in southwest Utah or southeast Utah today for those lingering winds there. Otherwise, overall fire potential has decreased significantly over the rest of the geographic area. A closer look here of the winds. Again, the winds of concern are in mainly southeast Utah. We still have some breezy winds over the Uinta Basin, but some cloud cover and cooler temperatures there makes them not quite as critical. Same thing further north. In fact, higher relative humidities over the Snake River Plain, even though the winds will be gusty there. And again, for today, the area that we're looking for, the best area for precipitation today will be over the central Idaho mountains, but southeast Idaho and western Wyoming could see some precipitation there as well, and then along the far northern borders of Nevada and Utah. Temperatures are cool again today with highs in the 60s for many of our valley locations. We will see some 70s out there, but a really nice summer day or early summer day with these cooler temperatures. Tomorrow, that main trough quickly moves off to the east, and we have another trough or an area of low pressure that will kind of come into the Great Basin, keeping temperatures mild with just really gradual warming. Not looking for much in the way of precip from this next load, just keeping temperatures cooler with lighter winds generally across the area. Significant fire potential is on the lower side tomorrow. Again, not really looking for much precipitation, but we could see a few storms, especially popping up there in Nevada, which these storms in Nevada may be on the drier side, so could see some lightning out of those. Minimum relative humidity start to decrease with the gradual drying of the air mass tomorrow as well. On Tuesday, generally more of the same with that low pressure system kind of hanging out just to the southwest of the Great Basin. Keeping temperatures mild for the most part, but drying does return, and we will see some breezier winds coming back in on Tuesday. We have some brown risk category moving back into eastern and southern Utah. And then looking at those afternoon wind gusts on Tuesday, we do see some breezy conditions returning back to Utah, kind of ushering in that drier air mass. And then a chance of some storms over eastern Nevada and up into western Wyoming on Tuesday as well, although they will be fairly isolated. The 3-day precip total is showing the best chance for precip coming to the east central Idaho Mountains and western Wyoming, where those amounts will be maybe up to a quarter to a half an inch or so, but just some lighter showers further south. On Wednesday, that weak trough continues over the Great Basin, still kind of lifting off to the east. We may start to see a little bit of breezier winds moving into the Great Basin by Wednesday, and then into Thursday, trough developing again over the Pacific Northwest will increase winds to the Great Basin, especially over the western half of the area. So cooler conditions remain in place across the north, but again, drier, breezier weather coming to the southern Great Basin. No high risk triggers issued just yet. And that pattern kind of continues on Friday with a trough remaining in place over the Pacific Northwest, keeping things cooler across the north, drier across the south with some breezier winds area-wide. And more of the same on Saturday. 7-day total is just showing that precipitation that we're expecting in the short term, mainly today over the central Idaho Mountains and western Wyoming. And the extended forecast for June 29th through July 5th calls for above normal temperatures across pretty much the entire Great Basin, with the focus over the north, and then below normal chances for precipitation during that time frame as well. This concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.